What's up, y'all? It's Ned Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, and I'm back with a Power Book 4 Force theory and prediction. And I'm not buying it. I don't believe Claudia Flynn is gay at all. I don't believe Claudia Flynn is gay at all. Now, my first video talking about Power Book 4 Force, I stated that Tommy and Claudia Flynn will fall in love, right? Now, although it's far-fetched, I always thought it was a possibility, and being that now I just rewatched season 1, I'm even more confident until it's specifically specified by Claudia Flynn or the writers that Claudia Flynn is not gay. However, she is bisexual, and she probably, of course, prefers women. Now, the very first episode of the season, you got Claudia Flynn, super fine, by the way. I'm talking about like elite white girl level. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's super bad. My milk of magnesia, you know what I'm saying? The real dudes, y'all know where I get that term from. Milk of magnesia, right? But listen, you seen her deal with only one woman. So, when I made the video and people in the comments talking about how, Claudia Flynn is gay, she don't like dudes, this, that, and the third. How can you say Claudia Flynn is gay if you only seen her deal with one woman? Okay? This is America, okay? Now, guys listening to this video, if you deal with women, if you out and about and you see a feminine looking woman with another feminine looking woman, and they playing around with each other, they kissing on each other and stuff like that, would you automatically assume that both of those women are gay? Or maybe just one of them? Or probably none of them? They're both feminine looking women, right? Now, that doesn't automatically mean that she wouldn't be a lesbian. But what I'm trying to say is that if you really know women, you cannot assume a woman is a lesbian just because you see her messing around with a chick. I watched the entire season, okay? And I'm telling you, Claudia Flynn had a little bit of a thing for Tommy, okay? First off, knowing that Tommy was a badass, and he stuck up Victor Flynn, right? And then he got taken to the Flynn residence, and Claudia was up there at the top watching. She was very intrigued with Tommy. Go ahead and watch it. I believe it's episode 2. She was very intrigued with Tommy. Very intrigued. So now you keep it moving, right? And you move past it. Now, Claudia Flynn, she runs down on Tommy. She stops Tommy in the middle of the street. Do you see? Go ahead and watch that episode. When they meet in person in the street, she was on Tommy's body. His body, yada, 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 yada. Look, she was smitten with this man, looking in his face, flirting. She called him handsome. She did not have to do that. She did not have to do that. Now they have their next meeting. So what happens in their next meeting? She puts the Dahlia on the lips. She kisses Tommy. Shows Tommy how good Dahlia is. She didn't have to kiss Tommy. She kissed Tommy because she wanted to kiss Tommy because she likes him. And she thought he was handsome. That's what really happened. I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. She called him handsome. She didn't have to. She kissed him. She did not have to do that. Now, another example, right? Couple episodes later. Now, Walter Flynn, he got his people following Claudia around. Tommy sees them. There's a little bit of a miscommunication, right? Tommy kills Walter Flynn's people. Now, he goes up there and he checks Claudia. Now, here's the thing about Claudia, right? Which I know Claudia was feeling Tommy on a deeper level now. Claudia showed no care at all for what her brother told her about the game. No concern at all for what Walter, her own daddy, told her about the game. Walter barking on her and all of that, right? She resented it. However, when Tommy checked her about trust and about you know what I mean, not doing sneaky stuff, she immediately submitted. She submitted, she put her chin up, she said, it'll never happen again. I'm sorry. I want you to trust me. She submitted to Tommy, a man. Now here's the thing about Claudia Flynn, right? She's jaded about working with men. She has some resentment against men, right? Right? Of course, she likes girls, probably prefers girls. However, she does like men, and she does, or even if she don't know more going into the next season, and there isn't a will they, won't they, she did like Tommy up until the point where she killed Liliana, okay? She really did like Tommy, but when she thought Tommy crossed her family, you know, she picked a side and she did what she was supposed to do, right? Working with the information that she knew, right? Maybe it was at that point that she stopped liking Tommy, right? But she did like Tommy all the way up until that point where she submitted to Tommy in the lab and said, okay, I'm sorry, Daddy, it'll never happen again. Are we watching the same show, guys? How can you see these 2, 3, 4 instances and then say Claudia's a lesbian? This has not been specified. Now, what has been specified is that Claudia likes girls. It's obvious. It's obvious when you see her messing around with the chick. It's obvious when she meets up with whatever guy is helping them launder their business or whatever. And before she threatens his daughter, you know, they talk about eating a box and all that other stuff, right? Claudia herself has never said, I don't like men. Claudia herself has never said, I'm a lesbian. And I don't think we're going to see Claudia say that. I think there's going to be a gray area. The thing about Claudia Flynn is that her father is the most powerful man in Chicago, right? Or belongs to one of the most powerful organizations in Chicago, okay? A woman is her being a woman, she's not going to care for any man who can't bring that same type of pressure. She's not going to submit to any kind of man who's not a boss like Walter Flynn. So when you got these low-level dudes trying to flirt with her and all that, she don't care about that. But when Tommy, the big boss, Big Avell, came around, you seen how she was submitting. She wasn't playing them type of games no more. Hello? Claudia Flynn is not a lesbian, okay? The writers of the show have not stated Claudia Flynn as a lesbian. Claudia Flynn is not a lesbian. And she really was feeling Tommy. And if they write it so that Tommy gets past the fact that she killed Liliana, right? And for whatever reason they got to work together again, I still believe that the writers can bring them together. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.